This is the third in my vlog series on digital transformation. Hi, my name is Neil Cuthbertson, and I'm going to talk to you today about why user experience is a critical part of any digital transformation. I'd like to start with a quick story about a letter that arrived on my doorstep this morning from a large insurance company. Now, the letter will remain unopened because, frankly, I know what the contents are, because the contents are the same as the letter that arrived 2 weeks ago, the same as the letter that arrived a month ago, asking me to do something or other online, and frankly, that means none of my needs. So, how are we going to talk about user experience? Well, first of all, we're going to talk about what is great user experience. Secondly, we're going to talk about those examples of great user experience. And thirdly, we're going to talk about the cost of user experience. So what is great user experience? Well, great user experience is about understanding your audience and how your audiences break down. It's about understanding the goals of your audience. And then it's about building experiences that help your audience and your audience type achieve their goals and meet their needs. What are the examples of great user experience? I'm sure we can all think of great examples. I know you probably got some examples about your favourite user experiences. For me, I love Airbnb and the way that it simply matches hosts with holiday makers and works equally well as a host or a holiday maker. I love Graze and the way that it delivers tasty snacks to me with a few taps on my smartphone screen. And I love the fact that we can have our house literally smelling of roses when we want through the great user experience delivered by a product we're using recently called Freddy's Flowers. But equally, there are some poor user experiences still around, and I'm thinking about the traditional financial sector and the work done by some of our utility companies. So, what's the cost of delivering great user experience? Well, it's almost the cost of not delivering great user experience. The world is littered with examples, and I know several from close quarters where the organisation has thought they've known best about what their customers' needs are, haven't engaged with those customers, and in the end built quite significant investments around something that just didn't work for their customers, and then they saw sales drop off and ended up ditching the investment and having to reinvest in a new product set that really got to the heart of what their users' needs were. So there is a large element of reducing wastage in your investment by only building what your customers want and need, so you can become a lot more efficient in the way you develop digital products. And we'll come onto that in a lot more detail when we start talking about agility in a video that's coming up in a couple of weeks. Great user experience can be summarised. We summarise as what is great user experience, those examples of great user experience, and also what the cost was of delivering that great user experience. One question people often ask me about delivering user experience is, Neil, is it all about technology? I'll say, frankly, no, it's not all about technology. There's a great example I've got of a cafe in a hospital that thought that they wanted to reduce the queues at lunchtime. So what they did was they commissioned an organisation to build an app so that all the hospital workers, doctors, nurses, porters could order their lunch beforehand and reduce all the queuing in the canteen. No one used it. And the reason no one used it, because the most important part of lunch for most of these guys was a chance to unwind and chat with colleagues in the queue for lunch. Who knew? But the importance is that understanding your audience, understanding the needs of your audience, and then building to meet those needs. I'll leave you with this thought. What's the cost to that insurance company of me not opening that letter? And what's the cost to you and your organisation of not getting your user experience right as you start to think about your digital transformation?